I don't know. I don't know a thing you said. I need to guess by the words I heard. It's gonna be super full and you're gonna feel like a fish in the jar. Amount of times I hang out with people there, nothing is working past 5-6 p.m. Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Polly and I've been living in Scotland for the past 3.5 years. So today I've decided to make a video about my experience, share my story of moving here and talk about pros and cons of living in Scotland. Before I start, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you wouldn't miss my new videos. And without further ado, let's start. So let's start from the very beginning and talk about the reasons why I moved here. When the invasion of Russia to Ukraine happened, I was still in Ukraine and I've lived in Odessa for 18.5 years of my life. It's more than a half of it. So for me, it was weird just to decide to move somewhere. So I was very skeptical about it, but I decided to apply for the visa anyway with my sister. To get the visa, we also needed to find a person to stay with. So we found a family that we stayed with for over 3 years, and this is who I am usually calling my host family. Overall, this was a very complicated process, but when we got visa, we started moving here. So Vaker created a lot of difficulties to our journey because we needed to take trains instead of plane, as most of the people did, and we also gave him to the quarantine facility because this is the rule for Ukrainian dogs. So when I was preparing for this video, I reread my messages that I sent to my friends and family, and I just made some notes about what surprised me the most. And I'm gonna talk about them right now, but yeah, if I'm just looking on the side just because I'm looking at the notes, I'm gonna start from something that surprised me a lot when we were on the train from London to Glasgow. We were in a carriage that had disabled toilet, like big toilet in the train, and it had a button, so you would click it and it will close the door, then you need to click it again and it's gonna like lock it. It was so weird for me because I never saw anything like this in my life. On the first week when we came here, I noticed how low the sky is. I was just like feeling that I can touch it. I could touch a cloud, and I never experienced this in my life as well. It's probably because obviously Scotland is a very hilly area, and I used to live in Glasgow and used to live on the hill. So maybe this all impacted it, but generally whenever I'm somewhere and I'm just looking at the sky, I'm like, I can touch it. I never could touch it, but I can touch it here. One more noticeable thing for me was that the days here were longer. So for example, when we came here, me and my sister filmed a video to the group chat saying how it was 10:30, 11, and it was still very, very bright compared how it's usually in Odessa. So this is very unusual for me, but I was also told a lot that like, be ready during the winter, it's gonna be absolutely different. Hospitals looking like shopping malls was something as well that I was like, what is that? For me, hospitals usually looking like a hospital. I don't even know how to explain it. Like even the system of like entering your like date of birth when you are doing the like registration for the appointment, like what? It's so weird. Some of the hospitals are obviously different from like this because some of them are just like calling you out, but it's still very weird. It's not like this in Ukraine at all. Also, to add on the point about the hospitals, most of the people here, at least from my experience, didn't do checkups as I'm used to, because like for me, I needed to do checkups regularly. I think 6, 14 and 16 is the ages when you are like absolutely needing to do it. But here's like, people don't even know what their blood type is. Like my boyfriend never checked his eye vision and never had like ultrascan or anything. For me, it's like a normal thing. I don't know, it's super interesting. Buses also surprised me. I avoided trains as much as possible in my first year because I was super scared of using them by myself. But buses, I really loved them. First of all, the very noticeable thing, obviously, they're double deckers, most of them. I really love the double deckers because the views from the second deck is so freaking good. But one thing that surprised me a lot was the USB chargers in the trains or in the bus. In the trains is just the normal chargers, sockets, but in the bus it's a USB. Like in my bus, in our bus, like you cannot even sit most of the times because it's gonna be super full and you're gonna feel like a fish in the jar. But here, like, it's almost never a case. And everyone is sitting. Most of the people are also sitting by themselves. They don't want you to be next to them, so they are putting the bag there. And it's like, what? It's just so weird. I mean, I'm super used to it and I love my space. Like, I love the fact that I can sit in my bus by myself. But also, like, obviously when they're like super full, people are gonna sit together with you. But if the bus is not super full, that is most of the times, you can sit there by yourself. I could never in Odessa. For the entire time of me being here, I've been in education. I started from an NQ and then I did HNC, HND, and I'm currently doing my third year BA. So I just want to talk about differences in education, as I was also studying in uni in Ukraine, but I dropped out in my second year because of moving to Scotland. So I feel like people here are less caring about like limits, age limits, and I really love it and I think it's how it should be. So for example, in my NQ, I had a girl who was 16 and the oldest person was 21 in that moment. But in my agency, I had a guy who was 27. In my H&D, I had some people who were 27 and 30. So you can see that people are caring less when to start education, and sometimes, like, I mean, all of them I think dropped out, but it's a different story. In my case in Ukraine, it was like 21, you're so old, why are you here? You should have like a career plan in your head now. And here's like, you can start college in any age. One very noticeable thing is how less of the work people are doing over the year. During my NQ and HNC years, I was super bored because I didn't have a lot of things to do. For me, it's like I need to have a million of deadlines, so I'm super excited about uni. Actually, I'm doing this third year and I know that there are going to be a lot of deadlines, a lot of essays. I'm so excited about it because I miss this part when you are like stressing because of your studies. But me and my sister were going to Scotland. We were thinking that we have a lot of opportunities there. We are gonna get like jobs super easily. No, you won't. At least we were not very lucky and my sister was struggling with finding works. But it's not about her, it's about me and my personal experience. I think my work experience is a little bit different from everyone else and I cannot say much about it because it's not super generic, because I was elected for my first job by students and their votes for me. I worked in my college and student association as representative of students for 2 years, and it was office job that I am super grateful for. I was elected 2 years in a row, and it's the most incredible experience I could get as my first jobs ever in my life. Nowadays I'm working in a retail, in the fashion shop. Don't want to talk about it either because there's nothing interesting to tell, just physical job that makes you tired every day when you're there. But I'm grateful for both of these jobs. So yeah, I cannot talk much about it, just I don't have anything to say. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, but I don't know what to say. So let's move to the next part. My favorite places in Glasgow are Necropolis and Pollock Park. I think the reasons behind it are the same. It just the amount of times I hang out with people there that are super important for me or created good memories and left from my life. I also love my flat because I just love being here, not go anywhere and stay in my recliner sofa and watch TV or play Xbox. Yeah, this is my life. I love it. Let's talk about pros and cons of living in Scotland, and I'm gonna open my list from the good things that I love and I wish other countries had the same things. The first thing that came to my mind was nature. I used to live next to the park. I'm not living next to the park anymore. I live in quite industrial area, I would say, but the nature is lovely. Whenever you want to, you can go to different parks, you can go to the beach, you can go to highlands, and you will see the greatest sceneries. I just cannot express how much I love the nature of Scotland. Even though I'm not spending a lot of time there, I probably should start doing it more often, but I love it. Just know that. On top of the nature, there are so many animals that are just living in the wild. Point number 2 is free medicine. I know that some people can say, yes, it's free, but also you're paying taxes, first of all. Second of all, you are going to wait forever for getting your appointments. And it's true. I have a possible issue with my hormones, and I was in the GP in January, and I am still in the progress of getting it sorted and getting the diagnosis or anything at least. So it's taking some time, but also it's absolutely free, and maybe it's not the best quality, but I didn't have issues personally yet. So from my perspective, it's good. I also got free prescription for my antidepressants. That is also fabulous because in some countries they're expensive. In Ukraine, for example, you would need to pay for it. You also can get free therapy if you need it, but I don't use this kind of services. So yeah, it's just nice to have this option of having free healthcare. Number 3 is a compliments culture and mostly lovely people. Obviously, there are pricks, but a lot of the people in Glasgow are super lovely and they're the nicest people I ever met. They can tell you compliments just passing by you, and I started making more compliments myself, and it's just spreading positivity, and I think it's a very nice thing to do. Number 4 is free museums, galleries, and in general, Young Scot card. Kelvin Grove, Barrels Collection, transport museum, they're all are free, and it's amazing. I think everything needs to be free if it's about art and education. Obviously there are like Museum of Science that is quite expensive, I would say, but it's a little bit different experience from the museum, I guess. I also want to take a moment and appreciate Young Scot card because of my circumstances. I am a home student, a Young Scot, and Young Scot card saved me money. Young Scot is one of the greatest things that Scotland has, I think. Basically, if you're not familiar with Young Scot is a card that allows you to get free buses, free ferries till you're 18, 4 times a year, I think. But you're getting discounts on a lot of things. You're also getting a £1 entrance to any heritage museums like castles and stuff. And yeah, about buses, you're getting free bus till you're 22. So I'm not getting it anymore. But yes, it's just amazing. It's amazing that the government covers this, and it just creates so many opportunities for young people. It's cool. You're getting your card back when you're 60, so you're getting free transport again when you're 60, so it's very cool. But also because I am a home student, I can talk about the perspective of being a home student. That means that you're getting free education. Free education covered by SAS, that is a governmental body that is giving funding for every single person to get free education for, I think, 4 years or 5 years. No, 4 years, because NQ is covered by colleges. And then you're getting HNC, HND, and BA covered by SAS. SAS not only covers your funding, but it also gives you opportunities for getting bursaries and student loans and stuff. So it's an incredible opportunity, and I'm grateful for the chance of having it, as well as having my Young Scot. Even though I'm not eligible for free transport anymore, I still can use it for certain discounts. Number 5 is tap water. I freaking love Scottish water. It's the best water in my life. I've been a water drinker since I was young. I love water, but I always had an issue with having like taste in water, so I needed a specific water that would taste good for me, and Scottish water is perfect. For the negativities or cons of living in Scotland, I made 5 points as well, so let's start from number 1. Let's talk about transport. Transport is something that I can talk about a lot because I freaking hate Scottish transport, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Yes, it is convenient. Yes, you can get a seat whenever you are there, like most of the times, but a little drop of rain will stop it. A little drop of rain will cause cancellation of all the buses, all the trains. I'm not even talking about when it's winter time and everything is frozen, and because of that you're getting delays and cancellations. But even for the past months, my train was delayed like, I think 5 times. And I'm not even joking. The same goes with my Kilsyth bus. When I used to live there, I was getting the bus all the time and I didn't have any other options. My buses were never on time. They were always delayed for like 40 minutes, for an hour. I once was waiting for my bus for an hour and something while it was -7 outside, and I couldn't go anywhere inside because my bus could show up anytime. So yes, transport can be fun. By the way, the heat is also causing a lot of delays. It's crazy because like I can understand the cold, like Okay, I'll get it. But freaking heat, mate, just freaking move it. Anyway, we are moving to the next point, and I already started talking about it. It's the weather. The weather is so unpredictable, but it's also something that I really love about Scotland. Scottish weather is usually super nice, especially over like springtime, autumn time. It's just perfect. During summer, sometimes it's extremely hot, and the heat here feels way warmer than in Odessa, or like, I mean, for me, yes, even though Odessa is quite hot city, it's like 35 right now there, but here 29 feels like 35 in Odessa, and it's not cool at all. I love rain though. It's sometimes very annoying when it's raining for the whole week or two and you're like, I just want to have a dry day and go somewhere because I'm tired of constant rain. The wind can be very annoying because it's quite strong and cold most of the times. But yes, the weather can be annoying and cause a lot of delays and cancellation in the transport. But at the same time, I prefer this summer over Odessa for sure because it's less hot here and there are not many days when it's super hot, so you're more appreciating these days rather than hating them. One of the things that I also hate is the fact that during winter, on top of the gloomy weather, you have super short daylight, and because of that you feel so depressed and miserable because it just feels so depressing to be in the existence when it's gloomy, rainy and dark. I don't know how people live in the north because for me it's an issue. I mean, I know they're drinking most of the time. As I mentioned before, again, the NHS is giving you free treatments, but the waiting times are insane. Some people can wait for ages for getting their next appointments, but at the same time, I had a good experience with NHS, as I said, so even though it's a very big disadvantage of it, I appreciate having free medicine here. Everything shuts early. It's the problem of the whole Europe. I know this for a fact. Overall, in Scotland, nothing is working past 5-6 p.m. on weekday. And on Thursday, it's the only day when everything is open till very late because it's a shopping day. And it's so annoying because you cannot go anywhere with your friends to just hang out because everything is closed around this usual hangout time. The only thing that you can do is go to pubs. And this is my next point about life in Scotland. People here have a massive drinking problem and no one is doing anything about it. Because everything shuts early, you just don't have any other options, and even if you go somewhere to do something fun, most of the times you'll end up in the pub afterwards because it just the way you can continue your hangout time. For me, it became a very big problem because I spent so much money in the pubs, and in general I spent so many hours in there. Spoons was my second house in one point and I'm not proud of it. I'm not drinking as much recently. Drinking problem is very big here. The last bit of this video is going to be about English language and the Scottish accent, more specifically Glaswegian. I'm gonna start from the fact that I came here when I knew English quite good. I had upper intermediate in that moment and I loved it so much, so I had a lot of practice of it as well, and I didn't have a lot of problems of speaking it in it. but I was super shy. Based on the host family words about me, I was super shy, and I was just always looking at my sister and waited while she will speak instead of speaking by myself. About Scottish accent, I had questions in the past, like, was it super difficult for you to get to like used to Scottish accent? I don't think I had a very big problem of learning how to understand Scottish people. It was just happening naturally, and I got lots of compliments about getting them very well. I would say that most of the time I got used to people's accents super quickly, but obviously there were like some people who had crazy accents that even native speakers couldn't understand properly, and I still like experience this problem sometimes when very old men are trying to speak with me, and I'm like, I don't know a thing you said. I need to guess by the words I heard. Before I finish this video, even though I am like fully ready to finish it and the light is getting darker and I can't be arsed changing it at all, but I want to answer one question from Kira, who asked if I feel like Glasgow became my home. I think the answer for this question is gonna be yes, because I came here when I was quite young and I didn't have any life in Ukraine, like serious life I mean. I didn't have job, I didn't have much friends. The only thing that I was doing is I was going to uni and I had my room. But here I have my whole flat, I have work, I have colleagues, I have my ex-colleagues, I have a boyfriend, I have my studies, so it's way more layered here rather than it was in Ukraine, because I am super young and I came in this perfect age when I just started building my life, while my sister, for example, or my mom, they both needed to restart their lives here. Yeah, I definitely love Glasgow. It's the end of this video. I hope you enjoy watching it and listening to me. If it's true, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you ever lived abroad. If not, just comment about your favorite place in your city. Even if you're from Glasgow, just comment down below what's your favorite place in Glasgow. Just let me know. I just want to hear you, and thank you for watching. Bye!